Hello, class. It's me, Renita Parks. And this week we're talking about social cognitive theory. For this module, two main things stood out for me: observational learning outcomes and the role of the observer. I found it interesting how observational learning can lead to inhibitory or disinhibitory effects, as well as eliciting more production after practice. These outcomes are particularly relevant in a classroom setting where modeling plays such an instrumental role in encouraging learning. The four parts of the role of the observer were new to me, which include attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. According to Bandura's readings, individuals are more likely to pay attention to models who represent power, prestige, competence, and warmth. Reflecting on this, I realized that I may embody these qualities, but I had never really considered their impact on my teaching. When it comes to application, these theories and concepts from the readings can be applied to my own research and teaching experiences in the following ways. In my teaching, I regularly use modeling as a primary teaching process to promote learning. We use a gradual release model. I do, we do, you do. I do is teacher modeling. During the we do, we collaborate. Students and teachers work together to develop and practice the skill at hand. And then students show what they have gained or how they have grown by finally completing the independent task for the you do. While I've always known the importance of modeling, these readings help me to understand the three specific outcomes of observational learning more deeply. As far as assessment and motivation, I often evaluate students based on informal checks for understanding, written representations, and project based learning assignments to, assess their understanding. However, the concept of motivation, which is a key concept of observational learning, is more challenging to observe and address. I realize the importance of setting clear goals, values, and expectations to enhance student motivation and learning outcomes. One thing I do at the beginning of all of my teacher student relationships is I have my students to create a life plan. In the life plan, I have students to reflect on their past, describe their present, and plan and dream about their futures. I use this activity as a strategy to help students realize the impact of our classroom time on their futures. I often remind them of their goals regularly to keep them focused. If they have distractions or if they're off task and need redirection to get back on track with focus, I'll remind them of their life plan of things that they are really working toward. The idea that people learn from their social environments through reciprocal interactions, consequences, and reinforcements also resonated with me, especially by this app that I use called Class Dojo. Class Dojo helps me to create a more supportive and conducive classroom environment. I can directly provide interaction, consequences, and reinforcements for specific behaviors in Class Dojo. I have the power to put in any behaviors I want to reward or reinforce in the tool, as well as give consequences for any negative behaviors that I want to minimize. The tool gives me power to track, monitor, and report classroom behavior processes. This tool helps me with socialization and therefore helps me to create a more productive learning environment. The readings also highlighted the importance of self regulatory skills and self efficacy in the observer. Class Dojo supports me with this as well. It begins extrinsically because students want the rewards and incentives. But over time, students become socialized. And then students become more self regulatory and have more efficacy. Class Dojo has its limitations, but overall, it helps my classroom run more smoothly than it would without it. Overall, the readings have provided me with valuable insights into the theory and processes of observational learning, which I can use and further integrate into my teaching processes and research endeavors to enhance learning experiences for my students. Thank you.